Good evening, YouTube. It's, what time is it now? It's 7:05. And if you don't know who we are, we're Ian and Jane, and we are doing the Edinburgh Fringe. Day 4, it's show 2 for me and show 3 for you. Because we both did Breaking Open.
That's right.
We've had a slight... Janie went off to a show, which is the previous video, which you can see after you've watched this. So this was, I keep calling it chopped liver and onions, and it's not chopped liver and onions. It's Jane's choice. It's chopped liver and unions.
Right, so I'm going to read you what it said in the programme, she says. I'm trying to put her glasses on. So it said, the world is changed by the women you push too far. Sara Wesker changed her world, but did her passion for the cause kill her passion for the love of her life? But it was enough to get me interested, because I like, it just intrigued me, and it's new writing and it's historical. So I took from that, it's based on a real character. And when we went into the theatre to watch the production, we were given these really comprehensive programmes. And there was a really interesting note from the author, which I'm also going to read you. There was a phone call between herself, that's the writer, the director, which is Laura Killeen, and the lady that plays the lead role. Because Lottie, who plays Sara Wesker, had attended the unveiling of the Matchgirls plaque in Bow and heard about another incredible woman.
That's in London.
Yeah, incredible woman, Sara Wesker. But initially they couldn't find out anything about her. But eventually they tracked down people, historians and everything. That's where the nub of the idea came from. And I love things like that. So from there, the research started to slot into place. The history of the East End, immigration patterns that have shaped the every part of the language and culture. And there's more going into strikes, suffrage, protests, whilst every show brings with it new contacts and interests, the collection of historians, Yiddish experts, union members and theatre geeks that dug through the archives and proofread the passages, and they all hunted down the old protest songs. So it just gives you a little bit of structure and background history to this, which was far more than I'd realised, but we didn't get to read this until literally as we went in.
And that would be my first problem. I mean, when we arrived there and we were queuing to go in, they took our the app. They took our tickets off the app. It would have been nice for them to give us that while we were just queuing, really, so that you could at least have read some of it or have some of that information.
Yeah, and because I was reading this too quickly. That piece that the author, there was a book called Chopped Liver and Unions by J.J. Lepink. She is the author, she wrote that. It was a different lady, Laura Killeen, who directed the production. Right. So I just want to make sure that we make sure who the people are.
I have to be honest and say I was expecting more politics. I didn't quite know what to expect, but it was your choice. So, it wasn't what I expected, really. That's not to say that I don't think it was good. I think it was good, but it just wasn't really. And it wasn't really for me, I don't think. And bits of it, because I didn't know it was real. I might have had a slightly different opinion if that was the case. But also, certainly towards the first third, I would say, bits of it felt like a lecture. I felt like I was in a lecture.
I think there was an awful lot of information.
I'm not saying it wasn't well acted, and it was quite nice, her release, although I wasn't quite sure. There was a piano player when she sang songs, and he played background music, which was very nice, and she did talk to him at times, but I don't really quite know what his relationship was, whether he was meant to really be in the play, or whether that was ad lib or what really, because that for me didn't seem to fit quite well when she spoke to him, because for the first 10-15 minutes she didn't speak to him, and then she suddenly turned to him and said, "Hi James, what do you think?" or something like that, which I thought it sort of slightly jarred with me.
So basically, it was about her role, Sara Wesker's role in. She was involved in 2 companies,
where she worked,
garment factories, and she was she got very involved politically because of the discrepancy between the pay between men and women. They were doing exactly the same work
as we are doing now, because we're still seeing that, aren't we?
Yeah,
Here we are.
Being paid.
Yeah,
women paid lower rates of pay. So she had organised some strikes. She then became involved in sort of the unions, protesting about the rights of women, but also communism. So there's a lot, very involved. But also, she was also part of the Jewish community in the East End. So a lot of that was talked about in the production. So she did. I mean, it was all her talking about all of this stuff, which was really interesting. I think for me, I would have liked that bit of historical context at the beginning.
Yes, definitely.
Because there wasn't time to read that.
No.
We literally just got given it as we went in, which was a shame. I would have liked that. I mean, they could have repeated it. That would be fun. And I think that for me, it would have put it in context. Not to say that all of that wasn't fascinating and you learnt so much about it. And the reference that I read, the little bit that sort of piqued my interest, she was never married to him.
Mickey.
We
never found his surname, but I'm sure.
Yeah, and it was, but I can't remember what it was.
He became very big in the unions.
Yeah, but his life is known about.
Yeah,
hers isn't, and yet she had an equally prominent role, and it harks back to a lot of stories about the. Some people won't like this, but the patriarchal society that we live in.
I know, I'm with you on that.
And it was an example of that, big time. So absolutely fascinating. And how on earth Lottie, let me just get her name right, Lottie Walker, who plays Sara Wesker, how she learned that script, I have no idea.
There's an awful lot of dialogue in it.
It was an awful lot of dialogue, which delivered beautifully. She was dressed sort of in period dress, as though she was in a sort of an office because she had a typewriter. But she just spoke to us about, there's some nice anecdotes.
There was some witty bits, wasn't there?
Yeah, and family life.
Yeah.
And,
I just don't think I engaged with it as clearly as well as you did. But I agree with you. Had we known at the outset that Sara Wesker was alive, I think that would have made a bigger difference. Really, there was just that for me was the thing that. Because I remember thinking right at the beginning, I don't know anything about this woman, and we're sort of, I know we're finding out about her, but I mean, there was nothing to put it in context for me.
And in fact, looking at this really good programme, there's even a picture of Lottie with one of Sara Wesker's relatives. Yeah. Because it says special thanks to the Wesker family for their support, interest, and invaluable family anecdotes. So there's an awful lot more, to learn about this lady. And yes, we were given a lot of information, and some of it will stick, some of it won't. And obviously, this book exists, so that is about her. That's come out of it. So
why chopped liver?
I don't know.
Because I couldn't. Well, I mean, I could.
I think that's the.
Is that a reference to just
Jewish
domestic? Yeah, is it domestic?
Yes, I think
thing
so.
That's expected of a woman, along with
because that was
bringing up families
to,
and
I'm just quickly
Right. Okay. How many stars?
I think I'm going to go for a 3.
It's a 3 from me too. Yeah, I clearly liked it less than you, but but I thought it was well acted.
And there's a lot to learn.
And there's a lot in there.
It was a good performance.
Yeah. It was a very good performance. I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks so much for watching. We need to when it's on. So we need to do when it's on. It's on here, isn't it? So
yeah. So it is on between. So we've had the 4th and the 5th. So it's on between the 7th and the 12th. At 3:10 between the 7th to the 12th.
Then it changes,
and then it changes to 1:10.
From the 14th to the 26th, excluding the 20th. Yeah. So it's on right the way to the end of the Fringe, so you've got plenty of time to see it.
So it's not on tomorrow.
Yeah, but I would just check to make sure you get the time right for the.
So basically, it's not on a Sunday.
Yeah, and it's £10.
And then the time does change.
Yeah,
so you need to check.
£10 full price. And it doesn't say. Does it say about 2? It doesn't say 2 for 1s.
Yes, they're doing 2 for 1s.
Oh yeah, 7th and 8th, Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, next week.
Good stuff. Okay, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. We're doing comedy next.
Oh yes, we are.
The hottest property probably at the Fringe, apparently.
Apparently.
Oh.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Cheerio.
See you later. Bye.